New details emerge following the fatal crash that has claimed the life of Grammy-nominated R&B artist Angie Stone.
Something isn't adding up. Angie Stone's passing was ruled an accident, but what if it wasn't? What if one of the most influential voices in neo-soul and hip-hop was silenced before she could expose the truth? Jaguar Wright, known for pulling back the curtain on the darkest industry secrets,
the universal music, you're going to have to give up my coins,
has just come forward with shocking claims, alleging that Angie's death was no accident. The deeper you dig, the more disturbing it gets. From financial betrayal to a mysterious crash,
she was on the way to Atlanta following a performance.
Angie was on the verge of a major legal battle that could have cost some powerful people millions. Now, she's gone. Coincidence? Or was there more at play? Stay with me as we break down the hidden truth behind Angie Stone's tragic fate, because the details will leave you speechless. Angie Stone wasn't just another R&B singer.
and so what I'm doing now is whatever is necessary to make sure they pay me for the legacy of my life.
She was a pioneer.
For my children and my grandchildren, they're gonna have to give me.
Before her soulful ballads made her a household name, she was a trailblazer in hip-hop. Back in the late 70s, Angie co-founded The Sequence, the first female rap group to land a record deal. Their track Funk You Up became one of the most sampled songs in history, influencing everything from Dr. Dre's Keep Their Heads Ringin' to Mark Ronson's Uptown Funk. But like so many artists in the industry,
R&B soul singer Angie Stone has died following a car crash.
Angie never saw the credit or the royalties she deserved. The industry she helped shape was the same one that turned its back on her. She didn't stop there, though. Angie played a huge role in shaping the neo-soul movement, influencing artists like Erykah Badu, Jill Scott, and even Mariah Carey. She was more than a singer.
Family, it's girl Angie Stone. I did an impromptu.
She was a songwriter, a producer, and a creative force behind the scenes. Yet, despite her impact, she spent decades fighting for what was rightfully hers.
I'm just gonna wait for some people to get in here, some stuff I need to talk about. I didn't go about it just set up way, mainly because I've been dealing with a lot the last month, a whole lot.
And when she finally decided to take action, tragedy struck. For years, Angie Stone had been speaking out about the money she was owed.
I'm just here to let you know I am so outdone with things that have been going on in and around me.
She had worked with legends, D'Angelo, Prince, Lenny Kravitz. Yet she wasn't seeing the financial success that should have come with it. She was open about her struggles, once revealing that Universal Music Group had been collecting her royalties while she saw nothing. "They stole from me," she admitted in a heartbreaking statement before her death. "I should have been able to retire 20 years ago." And it wasn't just UMG. Her management team, record labels, and even fellow artists had allegedly played a part in keeping her earnings away from her. She had songs taken from her, like when Mary J. Blige rebranded Every Day as Paradise without crediting her. Even Jill Scott's team allegedly watched Angie's every move to mimic her style and sound. It wasn't just mismanagement, it was systemic. And Angie had finally reached her breaking point. Just weeks before her passing, she was preparing to take legal action. She was ready to fight for the money she had worked for her entire life. And then, suddenly, she was gone. Segment 3. The suspicious circumstances of her death. Angie Stone's death was officially ruled an accident, a tragic car crash, with her as the only victim. But here's where things get strange. First, she was the only casualty. No passengers, no other major injuries, just Angie gone in an instant. Second, some fans believe she may have already been gone before the crash even happened. Theories have surfaced suggesting that something more sinister occurred behind the scenes. And then there's Jaguar Wright's claim that Angie was silenced. Jaguar has never been afraid to call out the industry's darkest secrets. She's accused major figures of exploitation, abuse, and even orchestrating deaths. Now she's saying that Angie's passing was no accident. It was a warning. But if Jaguar is right, then who would want Angie gone? This isn't the first time an artist has mysteriously died after standing up against the industry. Think of Prince, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston. Each of them had spoken out about corruption before their untimely deaths. Prince even warned artists to own their masters, calling out record labels for treating them like slaves. And now, Angie Stone's name is being added to that list. Jaguar Wright, "They don't care how hard you worked," she says. "That's not your money. That's their money." So was Angie Stone's death just another industry cover-up? Or are we looking at one of the biggest injustices in music history? Even if you don't believe in conspiracy theories, there are too many unanswered questions. Why was Angie the only victim in such a severe crash? Why did her death come just as she was preparing for a lawsuit? Why has Jaguar Wright been repeatedly silenced for bringing these details to light? At the end of the day, the truth may never fully come out. But what we do know is that Angie Stone was a legend who deserved better. She built the foundation of modern music, and yet she spent her final years fighting for the success she had already earned. So now, the question is, who benefits from Angie Stone being gone? This story is far from over, and we need answers. What do you think really happened to Angie Stone? Was this just an unfortunate accident, or is there something much darker at play? Let's talk about it in the comments below. And if you want more deep dives into the music industry's biggest secrets, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Because trust me, this isn't the last time we'll see a case like this.